You're broke, not because you're lazy, not because you lack intelligence, but because nobody taught you how money works in your mind before it shows up in your bank account. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying over 500 millionaires and discovered something that scared rich people. Wealth doesn't start with a paycheck. It starts with a decision. Today, you're going to learn 5 powerful lessons from his work that work especially well when you're starting from the bottom or living paycheck to paycheck. Most of what you hear about Napoleon Hill sounds like fantasy. Think positive and money appears, right? Hill wasn't some guru selling dreams. He was a journalist who met Andrew Carnegie in 1908. Carnegie asked if he'd spend 20 years studying successful people to figure out their formula. There was no payment, no contract, only the chance to learn. Hill accepted. What he discovered became Think and Grow Rich, published in 1937. We're focusing on 5 principles that don't require capital or connections. They just require you to decide your current situation isn't your final destination. Lesson number 1 is definiteness of purpose. You need to know exactly what you want, down to the last detail. Not, I want to be rich. Not, I want more money. I'm talking about a specific target like, I want $5,000 in my savings account by December 31st, 2026. I want to earn $75,000 a year by this time next year. I want to pay off $3,200 in credit card debt in 6 months. When Hill studied successful people, every single one had a crystal clear picture of their goal. They wrote it down and read it twice daily, once when they woke up and once before bed. You're thinking, how is writing something down going to put money in my pocket? Your brain has something called the reticular activating system. It's a filter that decides what information is important. Right now, your brain filters out opportunities because you haven't told it what to look for. The moment you get specific about your financial goal and read it daily, your brain starts spotting chances you never noticed. You see side hustles, you notice job postings, you overhear conversations that lead to connections. When you program a specific target into your conscious mind through daily repetition, your subconscious mind organizes all thoughts and actions around achieving it. The clarity becomes the compass guiding every financial decision. Lesson number 2 is going the extra mile. This puts you ahead of 95% of people instantly. Do more than you're paid to do, every single time. I know what you're thinking. I'm already underpaid. Why do more work for the same money? Because you're not doing it for your boss. You're doing it for you. You're building a reputation and developing skills. You're putting yourself where opportunities chase you. If you work a job, show up 10 minutes early. Stay 10 minutes late. Volunteer for tasks nobody wants. Learn the job of the person next to you. The average American worker does the bare minimum. They're quiet quitting. When you go the extra mile, you stand out. Promotions come to you. Raises come to you. Better job offers come to you. Hill studied Charles M. Schwab, who became president of U.S. Steel and made millions. Schwab started as a day laborer earning $1 a day. But he studied the entire steel production process on his own time. He made suggestions to improve efficiency. He trained himself to do multiple jobs. When Andrew Carnegie needed someone to run a major division, Schwab was the obvious choice. He'd proven he was worth far more than he was being paid. Lesson number 3 is applied faith. Applied faith means acting like your goal is already guaranteed before you see evidence. Most people wait to see proof before they believe. I'll start investing when I have more money. I'll start that business when I have savings. That's backwards. Hill found that every successful person acted first, then results showed up later. If your goal is to make an extra $1,000 a month, don't wait until you feel ready. Act today as if that $1,000 is already coming. Start learning the skill that will earn it. Create the offer you'll sell. Reach out to potential clients or customers. Put in work before you get paid. Applied faith means your behavior changes before your bank account does. When you act with applied faith, you signal that you're serious. You're not dabbling. You're all in. That commitment creates different results. Lesson number 4 is the Mastermind Principle. Hill said, "No one achieves great success alone. You need a mastermind group. A small group with similar goals who meet regularly to share ideas, hold each other accountable, and push forward. Now, if you're broke, you might think you don't have access to successful people, but that's not true. You have access to people who are on the same journey, people who are hungry, people who are learning, people who refuse to stay stuck. Find 2 to 4 people serious about changing their financial situation. Co-workers, people from online communities, friends who are grinding. Set up a call or meet once weekly for 30 minutes. Share what you're working on, what's working and what's not. Celebrate wins. Solve problems together. Multiple perspectives create solutions one person couldn't see alone. Hill interviewed Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Harvey Firestone. These 3 men met regularly to discuss ideas that changed entire industries. They combined their minds to create solutions none of them could create individually. You don't need to be a billionaire to apply this. You just need 2 or 3 people as serious as you are. Lesson number 5 is persistence. This quality separates those who succeed from those who fail. Everybody starts. Very few finish. When starting from the bottom, you'll face more rejection. You'll hear no more often, but every no gets you closer to yes. Every failure teaches you what doesn't work. Keep going no matter what, but don't do the same thing repeatedly. Adjust, learn, pivot, try a new approach. Never quit on the goal, but be flexible on the method. If your first side hustle doesn't work, analyze why and start a second. If your first job application gets rejected, refine your approach and send out 10 more. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. He didn't see those as failures. He saw them as 1,000 ways that didn't work, which meant he was getting closer to the one way that would. That's definiteness of persistence. Not blind repetition, but intelligent, adaptive persistence. Right now, millions of Americans will start 2026 with big financial goals. By February, 80% will quit. By June, 95% will be back to old habits. But you're not most people. Persistence doesn't mean you're superhuman. It means you get back up one more time than you get knocked down. It means working consistently on your goal for 30 minutes daily, even when you don't feel like it. Building wealth from low income is harder than building it with money already in place, but it's not impossible. Napoleon Hill himself grew up in a cabin in rural Virginia with no money, no connections, no advantages. What he had was a burning desire to figure out how success works. He spent 20 years obsessing over that question so people like you and me wouldn't have to. Pick one of these 5 lessons and apply it today. Write down your definite purpose with a specific number and deadline. Go the extra mile at your job today. Act with applied faith by taking one action toward your goal before you see proof. Reach out to 2 people and start building your mastermind. Or commit to persisting for 30 days no matter what happens. Just pick one and start now. The starting point of all real achievement is desire. A burning, obsessive, all-consuming desire that makes you willing to do whatever it takes for however long it takes. If you have that, you're already richer than most people. You just don't see it in your bank account yet, but you will see it. Keep going. Your breakthrough is closer than you think.